That was from VH1's Divas Salute the Troops. And now Kathy Griffin and Bristol Palin are going at it. With me now to talk about this and other stories in the news are Rob Shooter, AOL's Pop Eater columnist, Deidre Hall, Days of Our Lives actress, who is celebrating the 45th anniversary of the show, and Dan Fogler, comedic actor and author of Moon Lake. Hello. So, what do you think of Kathy's fat joke?
Well, I mean, you know, why is she doing fat jokes at all?
Why is she doing fat jokes?
Yeah, I mean, and why is her audience concerned with the Dancing with Stars show at all?
Well, they're not concerned. They're concerned with the Bristol Palin, I think.
Right.
Uh-huh.
They're concerned with I mean, I feel bad that, I think this is more of a statement about where our world is with our body image.
Well, that's true. That's true. But, you know, people always ask me as a comedian, is there anything off limits? And, you know, like abortion, for example. But not fat jokes are not off limits, really.
I think fat jokes are funny.
Yeah, they should be, maybe.
I think fat jokes, because there's so many people in our population, you've got to be very careful.
It offends a lot of people.
So many
those
people,
shows are really...
Including my fat tush. You know what I mean?
Look at my fat tush.
I think they're fun, but I also think, too, when you hire Kathy Griffin, you know what you're getting. Like, they didn't hire Julie Andrews. This is Kathy Griffin. They knew she was going to come out and make fun, and I think she delivered what she was expected to do.
But the troops were not her audience for this.
She has been on tours, though. This girl has done a lot of tours where she's met troops, so she does know what that crowd is like.
Well, then this was a mistake.
Or was it something so that she could win them back, which she certainly did. I don't know those tricks as comedians, but sometimes a bad joke sets you up then to deliver some knockout.
Hit me with the wave of booze. Keep it coming. Because it sounds like something else.
It's not relating to them. She said General Petraeus was fat. That might have gotten a laugh. Okay.
You know, I think also attacking somebody's child makes people very uncomfortable.
But at 20 years old and doing Dancing with the Stars, I don't think she's a kid anymore.
Those things are very stressful, man. I was on tour with Scooby-Doo, and I think I gained about 50 pounds.
Well, who wouldn't with Scooby-Doo? I mean, I would gain 100. Okay, now Bristol responded to Griffin's joke, telling Fox News, the audience's reaction to this comedian, she put in quotes, spoke volumes, and the decent people I know would probably have booed her too. I hope people didn't pay money to hear her negativity and criticism. Dan, that's a kind of a classier response than the Margaret joke, the gay joke that she did the other day, isn't it?
I guess so. I mean, you know...
You're not feeling it.
I'm not. I mean, if you gay jokes and fat jokes, come on, get better material.
Well, you know what? Everything is on the table for material. It's a question of how funny and how accepting it is by the audience. That's what comedy is. You are a comedian.
You know, I did stand up. I did stand up a while ago. I'm an actor.
You're an actor. So it's a little different. You're a little bit more cautious when you're an actor.
I guess so.
I don't know. I defend comics because we go out there, we're on a limb, we're naked, everybody else is dressed, you know? And
it's one out of a million jokes. She was up there for, what, an hour? And it was one out of all those jokes that she told all night that didn't work. So no one's focusing on I think, the jokes that did really well. She's funny. And I thought it was one funny joke.
You know, but by the way, Judge Carrie-Ann Inaba, you know, she's the only one so far who said no more Palins on Dancing with the Stars.
Good for her.
She's the only one who said that. Okay, here's another story. A Modern Family star, Ed O'Neill, says that Jane Lynch didn't deserve the Emmy for her performance on Glee and suggested his on-screen wife, Sofia Vergara, was more deserving. Come now, Ed. We all know there are no losers on award night, just people who don't win anything, okay?
Yikes.
Okay, Rob, sour grapes?
I love this. I love that for the first time someone's telling the truth. They all think this. I've been at so many award shows where they smile afterwards and pretend that they're really happy. They're not. They're really pissed. They want to win. And I love that he said it.
Of course they
want to win.
Yeah. Well, you've won an Emmy, I'm sure, Deidre.
I've won a number of awards, and I think it's always better to win than to lose.
Yes.
Well, he said that her character creation of Sue Sylvester is just a one-note character. What do you think about that statement?
I haven't actually seen the show.
Yeah.
So I can't comment on it.
Well, what do you think of the statement? I'm just giving you the statement. Sue Sylvester is just a one-note character.
I wouldn't want it said about one of my performances, so it's not a kind thing to hear.
Okay.
I haven't seen
But you have a thought about it.
I haven't seen the show either, but I think that she won because of her history of work. I mean, you got to go and check her. A lot of these award shows you win
But this
for.
is an Emmy. This is not a lifetime achievement.
No, but of course
the
not.
Emmys
But
are
they
the
think
Emmys,
about
yes.
what you've done in the past. It's not just for one performance a lot of time.
He threw
when you
her a
win these awards.
compliment. He said that he'd like to work with her on a Christopher Guest movie. She's very
It ain't
funny.
going to happen
There you
after
go,
this.
there you
I know,
She
exactly.
ain't going to be calling you for anything, my friend. It's
Yeah,
over.
I know.
And he
That's not
probably
exactly the way.
he probably has a little crush on Sophia.
Well, now you're getting into a territory that I would agree with you on.
Hello.
Because I think there's something there. Maybe he's got a little crushette on his co-star. She happens to be a gorgeous
She's
woman.
gorgeous.
So maybe that's what this is about. You know, when Mr. Happy gets hard, the brain gets soft. Another one. Remember
I
when
almost
Brett
said that
Favre,
myself.
speaking of which,
I say that every night before I go to sleep.
Allegedly sent a picture of his privates, you know what that means, to Jen Sturgeon, I think her name is, or Sturger.
Sturgeon.
Now she says, this woman says, if the NFL doesn't punish him, she'll release more evidence. What else says she got? Pictures of his pancreas?
You really have to wonder. I mean, the pictures that are out there are pretty graphic, and he looks very excited in these pictures. I can't imagine what else he would have out there that he sent to her.
Exactly.
I happen to know Brett, and I know him to be a lovely,
How well
generous.
do you know him?
I know him just well enough, okay? Just well enough. And he's been good to my family, to my children. I've seen him do incredibly generous, kind things behind the scenes. And my feeling about this, not that I'm sticking up for my friends so much, is that men can behave badly. And how did this happen again to the press anyway?
What, that his penis was sent to her?
How did she happen
probably
to get that
released
out
it.
there? Okay, well,
She released it.
So
it's nobody's business but hers and his wife's. I just feel like that's
Oh, honey,
sort of
when
not
you
our business.
know, I mean, when you know, honey, my dear, I love you. When you're in show business, everything is out there. This is not a question of
How did
privacy. When
he-
you're a big, what is he, a football player? I don't even know what he is.
He's a brilliant football player.
He's a brilliant
Yes.
football player, allegedly sends a picture of his penis to a
Shillelagh.
woman, and that's not going to get out? Come on.
Yeah, he was stupid for doing that. He shouldn't have done
Really?
And
that.
it looks like he sent many more. She seems to have a lot more.
A whole, like,
a lot more body
a whole
parts.
breakdown of
mini-series,
the
okay?
evolution of his.
Brett Favre collection.
The
It's
golden
at the
years.
Smithsonian.
I'm just worried about, I once send a picture of my shillelagh with a happy face on it to my wife, just as a joke.
See, no, I wouldn't even do that because she could get a divorce and then she could send it to this woman, whatever her name
I
is,
think you're right.
Jen Sturger, and Jen Sturger will release it.
That's right.
Is it sturgeon or sturgeon?
Whatever. Okay, I have a couple of more quickies here. First of all, Howard Stern's $100 million contract expires on December 31st, and his boss over at Sirius XM, his boss says he might have to take a pay cut. Thank goodness, just in time for all the pay cuts, the tax cuts that all these multi-millionaires are getting.
I know, poor thing.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him. Do you think he'll stay?
My sister was stopped on the street today, for New York, doing a promo for the book at Barnes & Noble tonight. Did I say that? Anyway, she was stopped by an interview and asked questions about this. And the questions were...
Any particular reason they stopped your sister?
Because we were walking there. It was just a man with a microphone, man on
She
the street
didn't happen
kind
to
of
have a
thing.
picture of Brett Favre's penis.
Not that I've heard about yet.
Floating around.
Okay, yeah.
But they wanted to know what she would give him for Christmas if she were to give him a gift.
What she would give Howard Stern?
Yes.
And her answer was?
Class.
Oh, class.
Now, she's a 5th grade teacher, okay? The next question was, should he take a pay cut?
And she said?
And she said, they pay him for that garbage?
So she's not a fan.
She speaks well for our family, I'll just say that much.
He's an awfully talented broadcaster, though.
Yes.
Whether you like him or not.
He's the
certainly...
voice of the people.
Absolutely.
He's a
He's very
survivor.
talented.
And I think when you've got that
He's
many people
interesting. He's not
following you,
boring.
that's right. And when you've got
Yeah.
that many people following you, you can demand a lot of money. It sounds to me like some sort of corporate standoff here, that he's not going to sign the contract till the last minute and get more money, but I predict he'll end up signing.
I like it. People tell me, I haven't had time to listen to his show lately, but they say that what he says to his staff is, what are you guys going to do if I leave? You better, as if they're a bunch of losers over there.
Horribly cruel.
He's not exactly the greatest referee. I mean, where's he going to go, Okay, thank you so much, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit.